Hey guys, welcome to the Love of Books, Movies, and Happiness. I am about a week or so late on this, but I thought I would do a quick recap of 2024 since I'm going to be doing my first review video of 2025 in the next day or so. So, 2024 was a year for me book-wise of discovery. I have, thanks to a lot of different social medias, I have really found some authors that I didn't expect to enjoy, but honestly, I am really enjoying. Uh, Rebecca Yarros, of course, known for her Fourth Wing series or the Empyrean series, which is Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, and now Onyx Storm. Thanks to them, I got into Violet's story, and I am discovering that I've really enjoyed it so far. I have not had a chance to get my hands on Onyx Storm, but as soon as I am able to, I will be reading it so I can find out what happens next, while rereading the first two books to refresh my memory so I don't forget anything. And then, of course, I also checked out some of her other books. She does have a more adult-focused set of books. One of those was The Last Letter, if I remember right, which I did a review on. So if you have not come across that book yet and you're curious on it, you can check out my book reviews and you'll find my review on that one. A very, very good story. Excellent story, well written, will make you feel all the feels. I do have a warning about it though. It does have childhood cancer in it, just as a heads up. But it is a very, very good story with a very unexpected plot twist towards the end of it that I was not braced for. And therefore, really felt everything. So good job to her for that. Along with her, I've also, through social medias, managed to find Sarah J. Maas with her Throne of Glass series and her Court of Thorn and Roses series. Court of Thorn and Roses, I have finished twice now, the series up until what's published so far. I'm waiting for another book to finish out at least. I mean, you got one sister left. You can't not finish it. But we'll see. Really enjoyed that. Brief thing on Court of Thorn and Roses, because I haven't done an actual review on that. It is a series where I wasn't sure I was going to continue it after the first book. I will admit that. It was everyone's comments saying, it gets better, keep going, it starts out slow, and then it gets better. That was the only thing that kept me going after the first book. And it wasn't until the second and third books I'm like, okay, now it's a good series. That first book, Tamlin just seriously annoyed me. The whole situation annoyed me from the beginning. But that will be a different day. I will be doing a review on the series. I just want to get my hands on the books themselves and reread them one more time. But I am limited to just the library right now, so getting my hands on those books takes some time. I'm on like a 3-month waiting list, so when that happens, you will see a review on that. It's just going to be a little late. Other authors I got into, 2024 was a year of discovery, also with different genre types. I took a brief dip into more like horror type stories, especially for October, of course, where, I did like The Silent Patient. That was a short but twisted story that really, it wasn't bad. It had some twist to it, and it kind of drew you in. It was odd, I will admit. I'm not sure horror is my genre. We'll say that up front. And of course, there's Stephen King, and I like Stephen King. But again, I don't think horror is my genre. I struggle to get into it. The movies I can do better than the books, but I struggle with horror books. So I might just stick with like YA, Goosebumps and some of the kid horror books that aren't so bad and are a little easier for me to get into. And yes, I still read kid books, juvenile fiction and YA. I'm in my 30s and I still read that Goosebumps and that. So, it's a good series for me. I also checked out some thriller books like Heather Graham. Um, she's one of those authors where she's got a couple books I love. She's got a couple really good, like, paranormal thriller twisted ones that are cool. And then she's got some I just can't get into. So she's not a favorite author. She's just more of a when the mood strikes, I'll find one I like and pick it up and read it. So she's like that occasional. Yeah, she's got some good books though. I like her writing. I just have to be in the right mood and find the right story to really pull me in. I did find some books that I absolutely despised for 2024, and you can actually check out my channel for those. I did like a review on 5 books I will never read again or something like that. Which there's actually quite a few out there I will never read again, but I just highlighted like 5 or 6 that I just can't stand. So check that out as well. And if you like those books or don't like those books, let me know. This 2024 was also the year where I stopped reading an author. And no, it's not. I don't like to bash people. I don't like to bash writing styles, the way stories go. I get it. You're writing a book, your characters are going to do what they do, and they're going to change as they change. But I used to love Joanne Fluke, and I still do with her writing. With the Hannah Swenson stories, the chocolate chip cookie dough murder, and like the carrot cake murder and stuff like that. She's a baker, but she keeps finding bodies in her hometown and ends up helping solve the case. And throughout the series, she ends up bringing her siblings into it, and then she ends up with like 2, I guess, love interest. She has a thing for the cop. She also has a thing for the dentist. It's been a thing. And she's written a lot of books, which have been awesome. For the last few years, I've loved the books. I've loved the series, and it's been my go-to. I don't know what else to grab from the library. Oh, look, grab one of hers, reread hers. I've gotten excited over every new book coming out. It's just this last year, I kind of hit a point where I'm like, okay, I think I need a break. And it happens. It does. It happens. I will say, without trying to be mean, her, not just the character development, that of course is going to change. The characters are going to change. And we're not always going to agree with it. But her overall writing style, just the entire way she writes, the way the story is formatted, the way the characters talk, it all changed. And I can't actually pinpoint which book it really started changing in. But it literally just, it went from, it's making sense, the characters are going. Actually, I would say after the wedding cake murder is when her story style just flipped. And nothing against that. You change up your writing style. Okay, maybe you're bored with how you're normally writing. I don't know. No one's really seems to be getting an answer on what happened there. I know several people have sent in emails going, hey, is this still Joanne Fluke writing? because your style changed. And I personally did like an email thing from her website where I was like, hey, this is who I am. I have a few questions. I like your books, this and that. And I explained, I'm like, your style has changed and it's noticeable. Is there any comment you would like to make about that I could put on my page and give an explanation for? And hey, never got an answer, which is fine. I honestly didn't expect one. I'm not a well-known, like, super big media thing, so I'm not too important on getting answers, which is fine. But for me, because of how her writing style has changed, and again, it's not just character development. It's literally the entire way the book is written. Like the format and the style and the syntax and all of it is completely opposite of what it used to be. I can't read them anymore right now. Like, I can't sit down and enjoy it because for me it's ruined, essentially. And maybe in a year or so I'll come back to the series and be like, oh yeah, it's not as bad as I thought and I just got burned out on it. Maybe. Who knows? Until then, I don't know. But for now, 2024 was when I kind of set it aside and said, okay, let's take a break. I've been reading you for years, but let's pause it. It's almost like when you look at a relationship and you're like, nah, we're going to stop for a while. We're going to back off. I'm going to take a breather, see how I feel in a few months. With me in those books, it's more, I'm going to see how I feel next year. Just to see, maybe this way I can fill my mind with other books, get into other authors. Nora Roberts had a new series, actually a couple new books come out, several in 2024, but ones that I was excited most over was Mind Game, which if you have not read that yet, and you need to, it's a good, slightly twisted, but good story. She does an excellent job with that. And then we have the Lost Brides trilogy or series. Never entirely sure if it's 3 or more books. Currently there's 2 out, which is The Inheritance. And then you have the newest one that came out, which is The Mirror. Which, that will be my first review of 2025, is The Inheritance and The Mirror as a combined review. So we can just kind of keep the story going and do a review on both at once. So keep a lookout for that in the next day or 2. Both books are awesome. The story overall is a really good story, and I'm enjoying the way it goes. Her writing style is very traditional with a twist of paranormal mixed in. So if you like the more traditional romance where you can kind of see where it's going, then this is it. It's not like a one where you look at it and instantly know this is going to happen, but throughout the story, it's kind of clear, at least with the first couple and possibly the second couple. I will admit, they haven't fully hooked up, but I see it coming. Where you can kind of see at least the relationship part of things forming. But it's the overall build up to the relationship and then the way it kind of fills out and just reading it all and the overall interaction is just really nice. It's a good, sweet story with the relationship part of it. And then at the same time, you have a paranormal twist and a mystery they need to solve. And it gets really cool. So I would definitely say check it out if you have not checked out The Inheritance or The Mirror yet. Although read The Inheritance first so you understand what's going on and then go into The Mirror. If you can get it from your local library. Because there is like another 2-month waiting list for that as well. that's kind of my recap for 2024. I did a lot of books in 2024, so if you want to check out my reviews on here on YouTube, you can check them out on my Facebook page as well. And I am on Instagram. I did some reviews on Instagram as well. Just kind of check all those out. Leave comments where the ones where you've read or haven't read and give me your thoughts on those. For 2025, my goal is to finish the Throne of Glass series. Yeah, I'm only halfway through, so we'll get that finished. And to work on doing more reviews. You know, we had a lot happen in real life wise that's kind of interrupted me doing my reviews, but you're going to be seeing a lot more not as set up reviews. So like normally I try and have a specific spot and I like my studio area and I do my review there and then I can edit it, and currently that's going to be a little difficult. So it's going to be more of like this, where I'll do my best to make it as nice as I can, but a lot of my reviews are going to be more just as I can do them. But if you have a book for 2025 that you would like to see me do a review on, leave a comment. Just remember that I am doing it all through the library at the moment, so if I am able to get my hands on it, then I will do so and do a review as soon as I can. Alright guys, let me know what you thought of the books of 2024. Did you have any favorite book? Was there an author that just you found brand new or you just absolutely loved? Or was there an author or a series you just also decided, I need a short break from? Let me know. Alright guys, let's have a good start to the year. And I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Till next time, guys. Keep reading.